Welcome back, besties, to the FanTEAsy Podcast, where two besties spill all the delicious tea on the books we read. I'm Callie, and my bestie is obviously Montana. You better fucking know it. We are so excited to be, battling with the revolution. Please, if you haven't done so already, go leave a review, subscribe to our podcast, Spotify, YouTube, or Apple Podcasts. Go follow us on Instagram, TikTok, literally anywhere, please. And join our Patreon to be the first to know of literally everything. All new episodes, therapy sessions, special guest interviews, behind the scenes, some really fun, exciting things we have coming up in the future.
If you are here, then you damn well know we are working our way through the Empyrean series. We are at the very almost end of Iron Flame. Holy goodness, we have made it. We have gotten here. We are breaking down the world building, the signets, the characters, the dragons, and so much more. You should have already joined the revolution at this point.
This podcast is a full deep dive. We will be covering Iron Flame and Fourth Wing, literally all of the Empyrean, as we prepare to read Onyx Storm. We have so many theories. We've literally been dissecting every single word in these books. It is insane. Please make sure you have read both of them, because God forbid, if you were at this point, we have spoiled everything. So literally, we're sorry.
I'm just imagining someone like has never read these books and they're getting their information from our podcast.
They're like, yeah, actually, I don't even need to read the book. This is fantastic.
You know what? That is what we were going for. We dissected it well enough for everyone to know. In this dissection, you should know that the Empyrean series is definitely containing more mature content. There's, especially with us going into battle, we have so many horrific things. We have scary monsters, violence, weapons, all the things. Callie and I are adults. We swear a lot. If you're here, then you have to love us for something. But we're rating this episode rated R.
Minor details. And with that, the time-old question, are you ready to join the revolution?
Oh. Boom. Been here.
Boom, boom, boom.
We stay in here. This is our revolution now, bitches.
I'm on a high. I'm on a low. The end of this book is gut-wrenching in like the worst, best way. But literally, before we dive in, because we have a lot to talk about today, Montana, what era are you in?
I'm in Reputation. I'm feeling like a bad bitch today. Like this book.
Yes, I am right there with you. In Reputation, I feel like you kind of have to be for this episode. Yeah. Like, put your Reputation pants on. Oh my God.
Reputation pants, red clown nose. Let's go. What is our episode monologue?
It's a lot.
I'm ready.
Okay. Starting out in chapter 58. After their meeting with Melgren, Violet tries to convince Brennan to reconsider and help in the battle, even though he's an ass who probably deserves to die. In the meantime, she continues working on translating Lyra's journal. In Battle Brief, they discuss the whereabouts of the evil weasels and their pets. While talking it through, Violet comes to the realization that the battle at Samara is a mere distraction and the real chaos will be at Basgiath, which is why Melgren wasn't able to see the outcome. The marked ones will have canceled out the vision and Melgren doesn't even know it's coming. What the fuck? Violet leans to Xaden and they both agree that they must fight. Chapter 59, Violet and the gang head to Basgiath to inform Melgren and Lilith of the incoming danger to Basgiath and the Veil. When they arrive, Violet finds her mom and tries to tell her to check on the wardstone. Lilith ensures her that the wards are perfectly protected, sure, as always, and there's nothing to worry about. After finally agreeing, they head down into the chambers to double check. Upon arriving, they find the guards are, well, dead outside the entrance. They race inside to find none other than Jack fucking Barlow and his lovely orange dragon, Bade, inside near the wardstone. As they fight to stop Jack, he stabs Bade in the neck, spraying blood everywhere onto the wardstone, which comes crashing to the ground and extinguishes the flame. The iron one, the black one. The wards have fallen. Son of a bitch. Chapter 60. Man, this is beefy. As Bade dies, everyone thinks Jack is next, so Dane tries to read his memories and find out what the hell is going on. But just as he does, Jack grabs a hold of him and starts draining his power because we hate him. He's venin! Xaden steps in and knocks out Jack just in time. Violet has realized that this is why Nolan has been trying to mend him all year, and the elixir was created to try to separate Jack from his powers. Now, with the wards down, everyone is in danger, and they suspect the war will be upon them in mere hours. In battle brief, Dane lets everyone know that Jack's memories showed lures to bring in the venin to Basquiat. The infantry is tasked with destroying them. The riders are broken into sections and told to take down the Dark Wielders, and their wyvern will follow. Everything is dark and ominous, and yet Violet and Xaden still want to ... But when a knock on the door comes, Violet answers to find Brennan has come, and so have all the flyers to help. Woohoo! Brennan is to mend the wardstone while Violet and Xaden work to protect the area so he can get it the fuck done. Chapter 61, it's battle time. Let's fucking go. Everyone has been given their duties and takes their positions. Lilith has called in a storm to help Violet, and honestly, that's it's cute, okay? But I digress, because now the squads are face-to-face with hundreds, literally hundreds, possibly thousands, of wyvern and their Dark Wielders. As the battle begins, Violet uses her lightning and starts taking them out in large groups, but when they become the target, the tactic changes and they race to take down them individually. When one Dark Wielder lands on Tairn's back and we think that is the end for Violet, Rhiannon jumps in, literally, and...
The absolute stress of the and, I cannot. I'm emotionally unwell, and I even know what fucking happens. Like, are you kidding me?
I don't like where this ends. I mean, no, I don't. I was going to say I do because I know what happens, but I don't. Why did we end here? Who picked these chapters? Honestly, because I broke them down and I was like, let's just lump sum these ones and these ones at the end of this one. And normally you do that. And I feel like you're much better because you're like, no, this is like a pivotal moment. We can't stop here. And I'm like, fine. Savage, cut it off there. I don't care.
I like it. I think it's going to be a good ending and it's going to leave the anticipation hanging. What is our chapter 58 summary?
Oh, gosh. Okay, back to chapter 58. Holy shit. Violet tries to get Brennan to reconsider helping in the Battle of Samara, but is unsuccessful since Brennan feels that they let everyone else down. Felix gives Violet a new conduit with strap to help her wield without breaking or dropping it. Honestly, she's a clumsy bitch. She needed that. And Violet continues to work through translating Lyra's journal. In battle brief, everyone discusses the patrols and where the venin are now gathering. It appears they are in Zoila. I said that right. Waiting to attack Samara. The outcome looks to be over 500 wyvern. Holy shit. But even if Samara was attacked, the wards would still be intact, which is when Violet, light bulb, realizes the battle in Samara is a distraction and the real battle will be at Basquiat. They are going for the veil. Fuck. The reason Melgren can't see the battle is because of the number of the marked ones present within the battle. Violet is adamant that they must fight. I think this is the only time that I'm going to give the only time I'm going to give Violet a point for like, hey, fucking you figured it out for once, because I don't know, I'm just annoyed with her this entire book. It feels like she's like half of a brain half the time, and like you figured it out. Light bulb, you got it. Like, okay, now do something about it. Okay, let's get into it because I'm ready. I'm pumped. I'm fired up.
And it just goes so perfectly with this chapter. The excerpt says, "The combined hatching grounds at Basquiat is our generation's greatest asset and our greatest liability." The Journal of Warwick of Lucerys, translated by cadets Violet Sorrengill and Dane Ados. Hey, something else that they got right.
Good
Thanks,
job,
Dane.
guys.
You probably
We're
translated
so
it.
proud of you. Literally. He, I know. As much as we dogged on Dane, tell you what, he's finally coming through. Finally.
He is.
Stubborn asshole.
The fact that Xaden is like, okay, like we have to fight this out, so we're gonna meet on the sparring mat. Like,
Oh my god.
let's hash this out right now. But you know what? He is like, okay, Violet, like I met with the assembly. I voted in your favor. I voted that we go and we help. My vote lost. Like, okay, well, you tried. Like, you can't really. That's as much as you can do in that setting.
I mean, unfortunately, they still have like processes and procedures and the assembly. Like, yeah, you're running a revolution, but he's not like, I was gonna say leading it, but he is.
Yeah, and he is the heir apparent, so I don't know why he doesn't have a bigger sway, but whatever.
I don't either. Like, he should have like 4 votes to their 1. I don't know.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know. I don't know who decided these things. Wasn't me, because obviously Xaden would win. I mean, he would look at us and would be like, yes, yes, daddy. Whatever you want.
We're terrible. Okay, I thought this was so cool though, because they're talking and we've realized that Emetario is teaching new techniques since the venin adapt to the fighting style so quickly. So he's helping them have so many different fighting styles to like go back to. I'm like, well, that's actually way cool. And like, way to go, Emetario. Thank you for coming
Finally
to Erasia and just being everything that we needed in this moment.
The fact that we just know so little about the venin, but we know this is very helpful. But then, like, as we go through these chapters, especially this ending, I just kept feeling like we know nothing about them. Nothing.
So many questions and 3 more books. Are you kidding me?
So many things. But I thought it was because, then they're in here and he's like, yeah, let's hash this out. And she's like, the fuck? Like, we're going to talk and spar. And I don't want to do this. So now they're talking amongst the bond as per usual. And he's like, unless there's a full intrinsic around. And I'm like, oh, that's right. All these different types. But then I'm like, back to the second signet thing of, do more people have a second signet? So then I'm like, who the fuck is an intrinsic and just hasn't said it for the same reason that Xaden hasn't? I don't want to die.
Literally.
I mean, obviously, I think if someone was like immediately around them, we would know.
Yeah,
but maybe we wouldn't because
we didn't know Xaden.
I don't know. She was really good at hiding things in these texts. Like, I'm trying to read between the lines, and sometimes I'm like, no, you're pulling at, that's nothing. That's an empty thread. But then other times
between
I'm like,
these lines is just white. Are you kidding me?
I see nothing.
I literally just see page.
It's like me. We're like, what morally gray man, as we're like staring directly at him. What are you talking about? I see nothing.
The morally gray men who like to rip our hearts out when he says, you're capable of hurting me in ways I'm not sure you've even begun to fathom, Violet. I might be skilled enough to land a death blow, but you alone have the power to fucking destroy me.
It kills me. It kills me.
Ouch. Like, okay, Violet, don't you fucking hurt him.
Don't hurt him. Why? Why are we fighting again? Can we just get along? But then his little rule of, okay, we can fight in here and we can fight, on the top of the cliffs and wherever, but like, we're not fighting in our bedroom anymore. And I'm like, but it's warded. Like, nobody can hear in there. And he's like, no. She's like, okay,
Happy
fine.
place.
He's like, that is where I worship you. No fighting in the bedroom.
I totally get it. I can get behind that. And she's putting her foot down. She's like, you know what? Like, we don't keep secrets. No more ask me, no more test. Like, this is full disclosure. This is all or nothing. Or I'm done. Like, I will still love you, but I will walk away from you.
I just feel like everything I tabbed is like gut wrenching quotes. I'm just like,
I know.
I'm like, I can't even, I have nothing to talk about other than like, stop destroying me with your words. Stop. But they,
Yeah, her looking at him and saying, I love you. You could throw my entire world into upheaval and I would still love you. You could keep secrets, run a revolution, frustrate the shit out of me, probably ruin me, and I would still love you. I can't make it stop. I don't want to. Again, with the you're my gravity. Nothing in my world works without you. Stop.
he does, the gravity kills me. But then for her to go on, oh my God, I can't. She tells him that she really needs like to be let all the way in. She needs all of the information. And he's just like, okay, done. But the way she says, or all the love in the world won't hold this together. I'm like, okay, so going into Onyx Storm,
Mm-hmm.
her knowing, like she knows. So then I'm like, how do we move forward? How do we help heal? Like, he has to be so upfront about everything that he's processing, dealing with, his emotions, how much power it's going to take, like mental power it's going to take to overcome
Oh.
the physical need to use power. Ugh!
And the whole excerpt about how love can still be broken over opposing ideologies and whatnot, like
Stop.
I don't like that thought, so we're gonna pretend it was never said and just go to the fact that, you know, he's like, what do you want to know? Like, ask me anything. I'm gonna tell you. And she's like, okay, where's your mother? Yeah, Zayden.
Yep.
Who's your mom? Where is she? You have family drama that we don't know about. You know my dirty laundry in my family, so air yours.
Sad. It's so
So
sad,
sad.
though.
I know.
But I mean, we raised the question the other day when he was talking about the blanket, and I'm like, okay, but yeah, she left when you were young and whatever, and however he may feel about that, like, it's still a question of like, who the fuck is your mom, though?
Yeah, literally. Like,
Who is she? Where is she? Is
I
she
feel
still
like she has
alive?
to come back into play just because of how much she's kind of been brought up in these last chapters.
100%. 100%. So that'll be fun.
What if his mom is venin and she left so she wouldn't like
Hurt him or hurt them.
Yeah.
And then maybe that's why his dad was fighting against them, trying to save Zayden and everyone he loves. Maybe
That yeah.
Fen and Papa Sorengale actually knew each other and were working together and were trying to find a cure. But also in the meantime, Fen was like, okay, but I have to, like, I'm out here protecting it and you're researching how we can cure them. It's all a big family tree.
I was gonna say maybe mom is alive and is with the venin or something and is with her dad.
True.
I can't. Or like
I really
the
just want him to be
revolution
alive. Like,
he has
I
to
need
be
Papa
alive.
Sorengale to be alive. I know that
He
that's
has to
like
be
a far
alive.
stretch, but
I don't think it is.
Can he be? I just want him to be. I need him to be alive. We're trying.
Just it'll be okay. It'll be okay. But it's Xaden explaining how they got away with bonding, him and Sigale, and then the second signet manifesting, and the fact that the writer of record was thought to be a great uncle, not my grandfather. I'm like, how did you get away with that?
I don't, well, it's Carr, so, well, that alone. But just in general, like, how did, like, General Melgren didn't know that? I feel like everyone knows Xaden's history so much, like,
Right.
being like, your dad led a revolution and everyone was pissed at him. So how did they not know who your grandfather was? I don't know. That one was
That's
beyond
where I'm
me.
lost.
But the fact that he was able to just be like, oh no, I'm just like really good at my shadows, and Carr was like, oh right, totally.
Carr
Yes.
has to be in on this more, I think.
Yeah. Hopefully.
Like, obviously he's in on it more with not training them how to wield their signets properly. Like, there's other motivation here, so I would assume he might know, or have a hunch at least.
Yeah, he's an asshole. Complete asshole.
He's an asshole, but Xaden brought us presents.
Yeah,
Heyo!
Ayo.
He's like, hey, I know you lost your daggers fighting that one-eyed douchey dragon. Here's 2 more. Got you, baby.
You just have to disarm me first. Oh, this hair? Let me just take it down real quick.
What?
Done.
Me? Never.
Done. So simple.
It's just so good. And then, page break.
Page break.
God, it's December. It's got to be so cold.
Oh my god, I know. I like how Violet, sweet Violet. We know that your translation skills are very subpar. She goes, it only took one frustrating day to translate and failing before I handed it over to Jacinia. Oh, well, good, wise decision.
Like, you
One day.
literally know that you don't speak that language, and she does, so why would you even bother?
Because she just thinks she can do it all. I don't know. She tries.
I guess. It's fine. Whatever. But, everything is just changing. It's no longer studying and learning. Like, everything in the college is just turning into straight war. I guess their version of a college, right? And
Yes.
it's now we have second and third years are all working in runes. And they're just trying to prepare everybody as best as they possibly can, which I'm like, well, that's really cool, because you know that war is inevitable, so you are training them, like, still year appropriate, but the best that you can for them to prepare themselves
for what like is literally about to happen, not like at the possibility. Like, no, we're like actually preparing for a real war now, and you got to be ready. And then using the Moresight arrowheads, I'm like, okay, genius. I like that we're like preparing these things, and we know now, like, oh, we can, this will explode, so just imbue that, do that, like,
Yep.
oh, thank God. But the conduit, I'm like, why did we not think to have something like this to begin with? Why did we think that this nice little shiny glass orb was just going to be like easily, like, when did you think that was, yeah, you can't just carry that thing around and not drop it and break it and lose it. It's like a slippery glass orb. Like, what the fuck? So I'm glad that we're moving forward. But then we get the fucking lovely news that, oh, the venin are not in Pavis anymore. They're, somewhere in the south. We don't really know. They're along the border. Oh, they're back in Sola. No, no, they're preparing. They're preparing for war.
I just can't. And I'm stressed. But you know what? It's the fact that Brennan and Devere are leading this, and everyone knows, like, this is no secret. There's nothing being withheld. And someone was like, in First Wing, it says, why are we not engaging? And Quinn's like, oh, it's because we're spiteful. And Devere's like, no, come again. What did you just say? And she's like, you want me to say it louder? It's because we're fucking spiteful. Like, that's why we're not going to help these people. I'm like, go off. Tell him.
Fucking Brennan. He's like so sassy about it. Well, we're not engaging because the assembly voted. Okay, well, now you
Brennan.
sound just like them. So pick a side.
You sound like
you're either in the revolution or you're with Milgren. And
you're just as bad as them.
Was it you that said that? That, like, Brennan is possibly not as good as we think he is?
It was not me, no.
Oh my God. Okay, then I saw that somewhere. And someone was like, I feel like he's hiding something. And after reading this, I was like... It
was Maddie.
That's
Maddie said it on her stories.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And I don't want to be a part of that.
I don't love the theory, but with Brennan, I don't think it's Brennan being a bad guy. I really think he is, like, they've done so many horrible things. Why should we go help them? He's seeing it as the people who have hurt him and those around him versus the people that are actually going to be affected.
Right. 100%. I just am like, reading this little bit, I'm like, yeah, you're not really much better than Milgren, but we'll let it go. We'll let it go for now. For this book, because I know what you come to do.
It's true. And Violet's little scribe brain is just working overtime. She's like, okay, we see them moving, and, like, Milgren's probably just bluffing. He's banking on us not understanding that the wards are fine, and he's just using it as a scare tactic, whatever. And she's like, wait, hold the phone. How long have they been sitting at the border? Because the math ain't mathin'. Oh shit. Milgren's wrong.
Milgren is so wrong. Why? Well, because there's another battle. But guess what? You can't even fucking see it because we do come and help you. That's why you have no idea. And she's like, oh shit. Now we don't even have a choice because he doesn't even know it's coming. And we're supposed to be there helping. I'm like, way to predict the future.
Yep. Well, and Tairn in her head, we act now. I'm like, okay, yeah, you are ready to fight for the greater good. All right, it's not Samara. Pack your shit. We are leaving right now to go defend Basquiat.
We have to go.
But good for them. Like, I'm so proud of them, and I'm proud of her actually using her skill set for once and being like, wait, this is what's actually going on. We got to do something.
And Violet, you respect her in this moment too, because she's like giving Xaden the option. Like, she's, we can go or we can stay and do this in Erasure. That's totally up to you. And then she's like pushing him though. Like, they did this to your family. They hurt you. They executed your father. Like, this is your home. What do you want to do? And he's like, no. Like,
make a choice. Yeah.
Okay, let's go.
I know. And it's literally the say the word, I'll take it to the assembly. And if they won't support it, we'll go with whomever will. I go where you go. Like, well, okay. So we're going.
Okay. Buckle up. We're going.
And that's chapter 58.
Woo.
What's our 59 summary?
Chapter 59. The army from Erasure races to Basquiat, where Violet tries to tell her mom of the battle that is coming for the college. At first, Lilith is convinced Violet is wrong, but when she insists on checking on the wardstone, they discover that someone is within the chamber. As they approach, they notice the guards have been killed, and as they enter the chamber itself, they find Jack Barlow and Bade inside trying to take down the stone. The fight breaks out, and they try to stop Jack from destroying the wardstone, but Jack is ruthless and uses Bade as sacrifice and takes down the wards. Oh,
Asshole.
Just how he does it too, like, just pisses me the fuck off.
Okay, we'll get there. Our excerpt: "We do not eat our allies." Tairn's personal amendum in the Book of Brennan, as quoted by Violet Sorrengail. Well, thank you for adding your own little chunk there. I need this book in my hands just for that page specifically.
Yes. One of my favorite quotes from Tairn. But
He's
honestly,
so sassy.
He is so sassy. And then we have Sassy and Darna, because now we have this 10, 12-hour flight back to Basquiat. And Darna is like, I'm fucking flying myself. And they're like, no, honey, you are not. Saddle up, strap on, we're going.
Yeah.
No. You think I should be carried like a juvenile? I'm like, girl, sit down.
You still are an adolescent, and save your strength for when we get there, honey. But, it's dragons do not answer to humans. And Tairn comes back. No, but they do answers to their elders. And she said, only the eldest of our den. Perhaps I will be the eldest of my own den.
Yup.
Again, with the flat out fucking truth in the most nonchalant way, where literally no one's realizing it. Even Tairn is 100 years old. Funny, in the last episode, I was like, he's a decade-old dragon. I'm like, wait, no. He's the decade's only 10 years. Like, he's a century-old dragon.
Yes.
It's fine. But I just thought that was funny. Like, how does he not know? How does he not catch on to any of this?
To be honest, I have no idea.
Maybe it's because he says, I'm still in my middling years. You'll be waiting a while. Really? I figured you were decades into your elder era. You certainly act like it. Damn it, I wanted to say I was in my elder era.
In my elder era?
I forgot about that.
Oh.
It's so funny.
You don't act a day over 100, I reassure Tairn. Like, oh, what a nice little compliment. Like, you don't look a day over 25. Thank you.
And I really totally understand why they can't take the flyers and they refuse to take the first years, because obviously the flyers can't wield there, and then the first years, they're just so unprepared for such a deadly battle. And they have right to be upset about it. And they're like, what, we're going to be here and study? It's like, I don't think so. Because that's Tavira's red clubtail. Like, she's going with us. This bitch is ready to go back and fight. And I'm just like, yes, girl. Yes,
Tavira. But honestly,
so proud of you.
Like, but I do feel bad for them. But then, like, for them to, who is it? Marin. She comes up and she's like, okay, I know I can't go, but let me help you anyway. Here are these arrowheads that I've imbued. Take them, use them. Please be safe. Like, they have a little moment of, like, understanding. And I'm just like, oh, God, like, we do need you, but it's not really worth the risk at this point. So, like, stay, try to be safe.
Yeah. Stay. Possibly. And keep going what we have going already. And when the fight inevitably comes here, you're ready. Like, they can still train and practice, but that would be really hard to stay behind too. Like, it's a scary thought going in, but it's also horrible staying behind and just being anxious the whole time.
Oh, it'd be horrible. Horrible.
And the fact that Brennan is choosing not to go, like, really?
Not surprised.
Really? But, like, your sisters are going into battle. I understand you have issues. You have mommy issues. But, like, put your own shit aside and do good for the people.
That's what I'm saying. Like, right in this moment, I mean, obviously, the hiccup comes back. And I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, he's fine. But in these chapters, you can't help but be like, do you have a different motive here? Because why would you not just, like, obviously I'm coming, he's one of the strongest menders. Why would you not go?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. Maybe there is. Maybe there's not. Could be wrong. Could be wrong.
It is. It is what
Now
it
we go
is,
back.
and
It is.
It's fine. But you know what, Rhiannon jumping in here because Xaden is trying to say like, get your squad ready to launch, find your wing leader, whatever. I'm going to take Violet. And she goes, with all due respect, unlike War Games, second squad, Flame Section, fourth wing will remain intact. Though you're welcome to join us. The sassy women empowerment right now. I'm so here for it.
I totally marked that too. And I was like, yes, Rhiannon, fucking put him in place. And he's just like, okay, got it.
And I mean, she lets Mira join too. So, more the merrier, I guess.
You can absolutely join our squad, but you're not going to pick us apart because we made a pact and we're staying together. Yeah. And we know that we work well together. We are a team for a reason.
I think it's important.
Well, and like you like train together, you're learning each other's signets, you're learning how to use each other's signets. So then you break that up and then like, you don't know the next person's fighting style or what their signet is or what maybe
you don't trust them the way you trust your squad.
Well, right. And boy, do they need to trust each other because holy shit, that battle gets intense. But I digress. We finally make it. Thank fucking God. Yep. We have General Melgren, Lilith. They're just casually waiting. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Hi, friends. We made it. Amser is within the veil. Tiny will relay communications for the squad while you locate your mother. Oh, Tairn. I'm like, but can we... we just appreciate that he's like the first to, go through this. You'll release your harness within mine, fly to the Veil, and stay there. An adolescent black dragon will raise human suspicion at Basquiat. Adolescent black dragon. Why? How do you not realize?
Again, we're not putting the pieces
They'll need
together.
all your protection if the wards fall, and report anything the second it feels off. My God, I do think that was such a good thing
for. Yeah, no, and I do think that was such a good thing for Violet to say. Is it's not making Andarna feel useless. Like she has to stay hidden. It is like you are needed in this area, and Andarna just keeps saying, "I will be where I'm needed." She says it so many times, and boy, did she fucking prove it! Like, Andarna.
I warned you what adolescents are like, and I'm like, is it all adolescents that are like this, or is it just like especially Andarna because she knows what she is?
Yeah, I think so. But Violet is like, it just feels like home. Okay, I got to get past this. And now we have Coda, who is in Samara with Melgren, of course, where he thinks the battle is happening. And Grime and what is the other dragon? Maze. They've been mated for so long, and Maze is with Coda in Samara. So Grime is like, hey, get your ass back here. This is what's going on. And Violet's like, wait, why can't you and Sigale do that? They're really far apart. He's like, because they've been mated for decades. Like, what are you talking about? We have not been mated that long. Give me time.
So very long. And I'm like, but you're like 100 years old. What do you mean? Do it, bitch. Do it now. But then I think that's good, like, seeing that there's progression that Tairn and Sigale can make as we move to the next books. Like, they're all still growing and learning. Like, there's still much... Yeah. So, like, you think of just Andarna because she is an adolescent, but I'm like, oh, well, Tarn's not... He's still a really powerful dragon. He's in his middling years. Yes. So I'm like, what else is to come from him? Because God knows we're going to need him and all of his power. Because holy shit. But I'm like, I like that. Also, I do too. Can we just do that like through states? I don't have to call you all the time.
And just think to you, be like, hey,
By the
Gotta
way,
tell you
I
something.
had this thought.
But we are dismounting. We are walking up to Mom. It is time to chat. Really, Violet? You couldn't use the front door? Well, okay, Lilith. Like, you know what? You want to fucking tell me that your wards are fine? Bitch. How about you take 5 seconds to listen to someone who is not you talking out of your own ass? I'm so
You
mad.
are in so much danger, and you're out here with your twin bruised eyes again that I don't fucking understand why you're so bruised up, but you're bruised up, and you want to sit here and tell me, oh no, it's fine. The wards are fine. It's guarded. Oh, it's so guarded in the administration building. I know exactly where it is. You want to take me there? You want to show me? Because if I know, I sure as hell, holy shit words. I sure as hell can bet someone else can find them.
Thank God
Ugh.
Dane is like, oh, I know where they're at. Like, he is really just shoving it to her.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, you know what? Good. Good for you. You really did that. And I'm so proud of you.
It's gut-wrenching, though, to learn that, like, literally they have so over-prepared for Samara that there is little to no one in the college now.
Literally no one.
Nobody. So you've sent all of your assets, all of your resources away, which literally doesn't even make sense to me because the veil is here. So why would they send so many? I mean, I get wanting to protect it from, like, because that extends
Getting that
wards, but like
close.
that far? Why would you send them that far? Anyway, I digress. But they're literally, they go down there. They go down there and what the fuck? What the fuck? What's happening? Oh, those are dead guards. Why?
Mm-hmm.
The stress. Because oh my god.
Oh, fuck.
Because you're not paying attention to your own wards. And someone broke in. Someone as casual as a fucking venin.
Just not a big deal. Jack fucking Barlow and Bade. No big deal. We're in here. He's like, oh, you're right on time, Soren Gale. Like, ew, what?
No.
And even Dane says, what the hell are you doing, Barlow? And he says, what I promised. You promised? What? Like, how? You've been at the college this whole time. How are you having secret meetings with the venin? Like, what? How is this working? I can't.
Because the chamber opens to the sky? Did you know
can't.
this? What the fuck?
I'm just so fucking mad, though, because it's the fact that Jack is talking about Bade, and he's saying that it's like, so easy to control them.
Oh, I hate it.
Yeah, like he makes that comment later about how the dragons are so easy to control, and then what does he fucking do? He's like, and we are just going to stab my own fucking dragon that chose me. What? You just killed your own dragon.
The dragon's cry shakes the foundation of the chamber and stops abruptly when Jack pushes the blade all the way through the front of her throat.
That's disgusting.
It is so sad, though. And then this blood is just spraying everywhere, extinguishing this black flame, putting out our wards to now we have no humming, no protection. Our wards have fallen.
Fuck. What's the chapter 60 summary?
Read it faster.
I just gotta do it.
Chapter 60. Inside the chamber, they try to take down Jack, but he reaches for the walls to drain them. Xaden is quick to stop him using his shadows. Dane reaches for Jack to try to read his memories, but Jack grabs him and starts draining his power. Xaden takes the high road and saves Dane by knocking out Jack, which, thank God. Now we know why Nolan was bending Jack all those months and that he is actually a venin. God fucking damn it. Now they must prepare for the battle at Basquiat without the wards to help them. Brennan arrives in Basquiat along with the other riders and flyers to help. Brennan is asked to try to mend the ward stone, and Lilith reluctantly agrees.
I can't. I just can't. Our excerpt. At its core, magic demands balance. Whatever you take will be recouped, and it's not the wielder who determines the price. Magic, a universal study for writers by Colonel. I don't even know how you say this person's name. Emzine? Ruthorn? We're going to go with that.
Emazine? I don't know. Magic demands balance. Can love balance the magic?
Oh my goodness. Get out of here with the Disney theories.
That was a good one. I liked that one. Okay, but Rebecca is too sophisticated for that. As funny as it would be, that would not happen. You were so pissed.
I was not here for it. But going back to what I was just saying in the last chapter, you know, Jack is like, because they're thinking Jack's going to die. He's killed Bade. He has literally just killed himself. And he's like, oh, no. Like, the thing is, I'm not. They have us thinking we're the inferior species, but did you see how easily I controlled her? How easily the energy she bonded us with is replaced? Like, ew. Ew. You are a disgusting human being. So, Xaden, knock him the fuck out. We are done with this conversation because he's so fucking terrible and he's just going to try and drain everyone else like he tries to do with Dane.
I find it so strange that this is the moment that Nolan comes in, though, and is still trying to mend him and like stop him. And I'm like, Jack chose this. It didn't happen to him. He chose it, and you're still trying to help him, even though like if people were like, if you could see their auras. He has a dark black aura. It is so evil, so dark, and you can never fix him. You can never heal him. You can never mend his soul. He is evil. So I'm just like, ironic that you're showing up, still trying, and they're like, oh my fucking God, this is what you've been doing. You're the reason he's still here.
It's Jack does say something. Well, he says quite a bit of interesting things before he gets knocked out, but you know, he's like, they're asking like, how the fuck, like, how did this even work? And he's like, well, we just still feed from the ground. We channel just enough to survive, enough to fool them. We might not be at full strength, capable of wielding greater magic under your protections, but make no mistake, we are already among you, and now we're free. Like, this is disgusting. And he says, you have no idea what's coming for you. They're faster than you think. He's, in italicized, okay, coming with a horde of greens. They all are. What? I'm so stressed out. Like, I showed them the way. You were too busy running a revolution to know what was going on right under your fucking nose.
But it's funny because he's like pissed off. Like, Jack feels so special that he's the one doing this, yet he's still like envious that Violet is the one that they want.
Yep.
And it just cracks me up. He's like, what makes you so special? Bitch, because I'm Violet fucking Sorengale. Who the
He's
fuck are you?
so salty that he didn't bond Tairn. Like, it's so funny.
So salty. So salty. I can't.
So we got to knock him the fuck out. I totally get it. I agree with this decision. Lilith jumps in and says, gather everyone. Or I'm sorry, it's Dane. Gather everyone. They're faster than dragons. We have 10 hours, maybe less. Then we're all dead. What?
Nope.
I don't like it.
No. Now we're preparing. We're preparing as quickly as we possibly can. Fuck Jack. Moving on from that, because fucking Jack. What? I don't even know how to prepare for this.
It's the fact that Melgren and everyone else will not even make it back because in time before the first horde, not the horde, just the first group of them. Like, oh my gosh, I'm terrified, and I can't. Poor Riddick too, when he got his fucking hands all blistered. Sweet baby, just trying to protect.
He was trying. He was helping. He did what he could.
He did.
Well, and Dane too. For him to realize what Jack is and to put himself in that danger, he had a redemption. I'll admit it. It's fine.
Dane he's come back. He was just extremely naive. And now he's seeing the truth and is making up for it. So I am okay with this. Dane is fine in my book. But it's even Dane realizing like what he's gotten and what he's learned. Dark Wielders know exactly where we are because according to Barlow's memories, he planted lures all over the college and up the path to the Veil. Like, Jack has been fucking busy.
Which, when you think about it, yeah, we didn't see him in this entire book, really. He's just been casually hiding away, being mended, planting all these fucking lures. Like, no.
I will say, though, as they are getting a game plan together and Devira is like, no, like, we are working in squads. We are taking section by section. You don't leave your fucking section. Like, this is not going to work. If they go through into someone else's section, you leave it. You leave it to them. You stay here. No one takes on a Dark Wielder alone. You work together. You rely on each other and complement each other's signets. I'm like, yes, this is how we fucking fight, not just a crazy ass melee and defend yourself. Like, I like this.
It's strategic and we need it because we already know that they're going to really quickly adapt to the fighting styles. So we need this. We need some organization. And then we have, the first years who haven't manifested, they're like packing and like possibly getting ready to flee the area if needed. We have healers stocking the infirmary, preparing scribes in the process of evacuating with our most important texts. I'm like, what text? What do you deem most important? That's what I want to know.
Like, are they really important texts or are they fucking lies again?
Or are they just the ones that you want preserved because that's what fits your narrative? Not here for it, but here we are. We're all preparing.
I mean, Lilith is out here just doing her little, like, spiel that everyone has, like, right before a battle. We are underpowered. However, the odds may be against us, but the gods are with us. Oh, I have chills. Whether you left after threshing or stayed, we are all Navarian riders bonded for the purpose of defending dragonkind in their darkest hour, and this is it. This is not Navarre versus Erasha. This is, we are going to fight for our dragons. I'm okay with that.
We have to. We have, everyone's kind of breaking up and they want to separate, they're trying to put Mira into battle.
Protecting Violet.
They want to protect Violet because she is the strongest signet, but she's like, all due respect, as much as I want to do that, I need to protect you because if this goes down, like, I'm the only protection. I can ward.
I'm the one that can produce
I can
wards.
shield you. Yes. I can ward you individually now. So I'm like, okay. Thank God we're trying. Everyone's got a game plan. You know your positions. Now let's go. Ready? Go. I'm not ready, but you go.
It's literally the fact that she's like, no, Mom, like, you're wrong. I'm coming with you. Xaden and Violet are going together. That's how it's going to be. And she's like, well, so be it. Like, that, it is what it is. And now, it's just like these moments of like so much stress. Like, okay, battle is happening. This is our plan. And now we just wait, like, oh, I'm so stressed. I'm so scared.
We're still looking to Warwick as if he does know the truth and is sharing the truth. So they're saying, we don't know what power remains in the stone, and it was placed in that exact location because it's over the strongest natural flow of power. But that's according to Warwick, which, as we know, this does work out in the end. But like, we still need Lyra's journal, and we still need to be pulling from that. So
we need both.
Comes into play really soon because, again, we don't know how to fucking translate. We've been talking about it the last couple episodes. That 6 and the 1, the 6 and the 1. But again, we're like going back to Warwick, and I'm just like, I just need you to open your eyes. But in this instant, you have to protect the ward. That is the main thing, because it doesn't matter if you lay out half of the Dark Wielders and their Wyvern. You will lose if that ward is not up.
You will. And that's why they're fighting with her. Like, we need someone over this area to protect it. And she's like, oh, no, absolutely not. Like, you're wrong. It's not going to be fixed. She's just in this mindset, like, we're going to fight. We're going to die. There's nothing we can do about it. Instead of trying to listen. But that sucks. And she's like, you know what? Go get whatever sleep you can. Your bunks are still pretty much the way you left them because no one else is fucking filling them. And I don't think I realized this, or maybe I just didn't remember it, but it's during solstice and they fight in the fucking dark.
Yes.
How scary. Like, I'm thinking like a middle of the day fight. Nope.
In the dark, in the rain, in a storm that Lilith so kindly provides. But like, it gets intense. The stars still wink in the night sky. We're getting dressed in the middle of the night. I don't love this for any of us.
And the fact that Xaden is like, no matter how much I would rather lock the door and let the rest of the world burn around us, or I'm sorry, that's what Violet says, but like they're just like, maybe we should just like get it on real quick and like we can run away. You and I will get out of here right now.
We'll just run away.
Really? We've come this far. You are not abandoning everybody as much as like, yeah, we could maybe stay safe. You would regret it for the rest of your life.
I mean, like, they have dragons. So at what point do they just like hop on their dragons and like fly to another continent?
And the fact that other dragons talk to other dragons, like, everyone would know you abandoned them.
Well, that's besides the fact. I'm just saying, like, why don't the 4 of them just like beep beep? Sorry, fuck your opinion. Bye. They wouldn't. They wouldn't
live with themselves. They're better than that. And you know who else is better than what they were originally given credit for? Is the fucking Flyers and the First Years and Brennan, because they finally show up and they're like, no, we're here to fight. We're gonna make this happen. I knew I fucked up as soon as you left, but griffins don't fly as quickly as dragons. Tell me where I can be of use.
I like that he's just like knocking though, and he's like, hello, and Xaden's like, go the fuck away, and he's like, okay, no, answer the door before this is really awkward, please, knock knock.
Yeah.
I know what you're doing in there. But I'm like, again, why are we picking the most awkward times? You would have no time for this, to be unzipping your pants right now, Xaden. You have a battle to fucking fight in. Zip up your pants, let's go. And literally, Brennan shows up and he has one job to do. And they are like, you have to mend this wardstone. We have to get it to where it will hold power.
Please.
And he's like, okay, sure. And Mom is like, okay, we will do that then, because Brennan is here.
God. And that's chapter 60. Oh my gosh. Last one of the episode. What is our chapter 61 summary? Kill me.
Kill me now. Chapter 61. Andarna tries to join Tairn and Violet and the rest of the squad as they guard the airspace above the chambers to the wards. Violet is insistent that Andarna stays hidden and out of danger, to which she replies she will be where she is needed. General Sorengale uses her signet to create a storm to help Violet's lightning signet be amplified. When the Wyvern arrive, they are way more of them than we had anticipated. The battle begins, and Violet uses her signet to hit as many of the flying Wyvern with lightning while they're still in the sky. Violet and Tairn fly through the sky while she strikes the Wyvern Why is that so wordy? It is fine. And Tairn attacks them. Violet and Tairn leave their spot in the sky above the battle. Though it was giving them good leverage, to strike with lightning, they now have become a target. On the way down, a venin jumps from its wyvern onto Tairn's back and goes to kill Violet. She throws a dagger at him, but he catches it, and as soon as he raises to kill her with her own blade, Rhiannon jumps from her dragon to Tairn in front of Violet.
My palms are sweaty. My palms are sweaty. I can't. I feel like I'm there.
Sweaty. I am there. It's just like playing all out in my head. People that can't read, like, I feel sorry for you that if you're not visually seeing like a movie in your brain, I'm so sorry, because it's just like reeling in my head right now. And yeah, when you were saying a little bit ago, like, forgot that it was nighttime out, same, because in my mind it's just like really cloudy, but like light. There's still light. Right. It's just really overcast and cloudy. But now I'm like, oh God, it's dark and we're fighting. I'm so stressed.
Speaking of the darkness, our excerpt says, though there is some debate, it is greatly believed that turning venin heightens one of the dark wielder's senses. It is this scholar's belief that the one responsible for the death of King Grethwild developed keener eyesight, for not even the best His Majesty's royal flyers could see through the darkness the venin hid within to slay our beloved king. Major Edwards Tiller's unaccredited study of the venin, property of the Library of Corden. Like, okay,
new text.
So yeah, we're talking about a king that was from Corden and who was beloved. Okay, but also they can fucking see in the dark really well. Great. Hate this
They're
so much.
Everywhere.
You know what though? We are out. We are in our positions. We're waiting to launch in the skies when it's time. And who do we have like in the front of one of these squads is Lilith herself. Like, abso-fucking-lutely, you were out here fighting too. I think that's so cool that her and Aimsir are like, we are going to be defending, because, you know, they would send like lower level people for the first horde or whatever. But like, no, she is ready to go.
It's like how it's worded too. It says, my mother waits upon Aimsir with her personal squad, including Mira and Tiny slightly behind her. She's in front of us all three children, and the place she sacrificed to us and her very soul for. Like, not only is she here fighting in front of all of her children, like, we're going to do this all together, but you're also fighting for Basquiat, and Navarre, like, this is everything that she's poured her heart and soul into. And I know I dog on Lilith, but I will be the first one to say that in these coming chapters is when I finally will admit that it tears my heart. We feel for her. And I'm just like, as a mom, I'm like, I would sacrifice everything. I would ride that dragon to my death. I would imbue all of my magic to save my kids. And it just kills me. But I'm like, look at her out front, in front of them too. I'm like, not beside. She's like, I will lead you into this battle. Oh my God.
And we also have Andarna, because she is like, nope, I'm not going to stay hidden. Like, I'm not leaving. I'm here. But Andarna. Everyone's, God, we're scared shitless. Like, we're reviewing the plan. We're all verbally saying it piece by piece. Like, we stay in our sector. You know, we work off of each other. You know, getting caught up in the wyvern is a mistake. And yes, keep moving.
Keep moving.
I'm not ready.
Don't touch the ground. Stay off the ground. Stay in the air. They will drain the ground you are standing on. No one dies today. No one dies today. Just like,
no one dies today. Oh, by the way, have you seen Jacinia?
Why the fuck is Jacinia here? Oh, because she wants to help, and now she's here. And now Sawyer, this is probably why Sawyer struggled and was distracted, because now he's like, my love is here, and now this is all I can think about, and I have to save her. And now there's a wyvern attacking. Like, this is probably where it went wrong. Like, nobody should have brought that up.
Justinia, but she's doing her best. She's here translating as much as she can to help as much as she can, not being in direct combat, which we appreciate. But in Darna, I can hide. And she just backs up and just disappears. What? Like, how are you doing this? Who are
It's
you?
the benefit of being a black dragon, Tarn Chuffs. We're born for the night.
So
We
funny.
are not born for nothing, bitch. She's not you.
She was.
She is so different from you. Oh my gosh.
She's just, I'm not leaving you. I didn't listen then. I'm not listening now. I'm going to be here when you need me. And now we have a cloud and rain. Thanks, Lilith. You know that I'm a lightning wielder, so I'm going to be imbuing, or she's imbuing her favorite weapon, which is me.
I thought that was sweet. I'm like, okay, thank you. I don't want to do it now because now we have, coming from the gray fog, all of these gray colored wyvern just creeping, lurking, inching closer. I don't want to do it. They're fucking everywhere. Hundreds, thousands, dark wielders everywhere. Nope.
It's not only the fact that they're everywhere, it's Tairn says they're spreading out. Their formation indicates they'll engage all our forces instead of targeting the Veil as we planned. Like, wow, you really thought you knew what they were going to do, and you were fucking wrong.
Oh, God. I can't either. She's so optimistic for a second. Violet is like, hey, tell Amsir to move that cloud just a little. So tell mom to move that cloud so that I can, and then she's like, blast, and, knocks down several, 20, 30, 40, 50 wyvern. And it's like, okay, this will be easy. No. JK. Like, why is there still so many of them? Why would you possibly think that this would be easy, considering the battle at Resin nearly killed you all? And now we have 10 times as many of them. Girl, you tried. I don't like this for any of them.
No.
First battle is this. Like, we are not prepared.
But it's here. We are launching. We have to focus on our sectors. We cannot think about anyone else. We cannot look at mom. We cannot look at Nir. We cannot look at Zayden. Like, focus on what the fuck you're doing. The fact that Tairn has to remind her over and over. And she's like, okay, like, follow those wyverns. I'm focusing on the dark wielders. Lightning strike. I'm going to do all I can. It's so stressful. Like, the middle of battle. I'm terrified for them.
They only sent the first wave, probably to probe for weaknesses. And I'm like, oh my God. Yeah, they're watching our fighting style. They're seeing who maybe isn't the best flyer, who maybe doesn't have a great bond yet with their dragon, whose signet isn't as strong. Like, they're targeting you.
Yeah.
And I don't, no, next. Are we done yet?
It's just, no. And it's just, Violet's like, okay, right. I need to focus. I need to lower my heart rate. Chill the fuck out. This isn't the melee of Resin. This is a coordinated defense. I need to focus so I can do my part. As Fierge is locked in fucking combat and literally they almost die in blue fire. Like, try and stay center when you're watching your friends almost die.
It's just green fire, blue fire, red fire. Like, again, we don't know.
Red fire?
What?
Like, what? We have red fire now too?
Why? Like, we don't know anything about the venin, and now the fucking wyvern are different? Oh. I'm so stressed.
And these venin are like, okay, nope, I'm losing power. I'm going down to feed from the ground real quick. Hold the phone. I'll be back. Whereas they can't do that. Like, Violet, Tarn's like, hey, you're getting tired. Slow down. And she's like, people are dying. Like, I am the storm. Sorry, I'm going to keep going. Oh, but their little clock system, like 9, 12, 3. Oh.
There are 3 venin on this assassination mission. They're blue tunics standing out in the dark contrast to the gray, bleary-eyed wyvern they ride.
Mm-hmm.
Now we have blue.
We've had so many different colors. Like, why?
So many different color tunics, whatever. And then we think we know, but then we come into contact with different ones and they're like, oh no, actually I'm this, and actually I'm this, and oh, the sage? No. Like, I'm stressed. I'm so stressed because I'm just like, it means nothing. You think you know, but it means nothing.
And it's still Violet getting distracted, watching everyone around her because they are in this fucking battle. You know, Riddick's blade is broken. Okay, well, Rhiannon's got the pieces. Sawyer's catching them. Like, piece by piece, they are working together as such a tight-knit squad. I'm so proud of our babies. I can't.
So
They're so great. I just can't. But you know, she's noting everything that's going on, and the Griffins are like, well, they're frustrated. Like, this is unflyable conditions. And Violet says, tell them they're more efficient guarding the courtyard and incoming wounded than struggling with waterlogged wings. They'd be a liability up here right now, not an asset. Tairn says, you're beginning to think. She says, like Brennan, and then Sigale, like Tairn.
And I'm like, yay, yay. Because
I know.
they're 2 peas in a pod. Like,
Mm-hmm.
the best. They think the same. They're always watching out for one another. And then, you know, we get to even better moments where he's second guessing and she's like, I never second guessed you. And I'm just like,
Yeah.
see, you are 2 in the same. I'm just like, oh my God, thank God. Can you level out? Even in this moment, you know, we have this fucking venin. Oh my God. That is now on Tairn's back with Violet. And she's like, here, watch this. Flick of a dagger. Oh, fuck, I miss. And now he has a dagger. And now I'm thinking of the Family Guy episode again. Oh, great. I didn't want him to be unarmed.
The bat has a knife and a gun.
I didn't want him to be unarmed.
Okay, but the venin literally, Tairn goes into a barrel roll and it just holds onto a horn and stays there like, huh? How are you doing that?
I don't know. I think that comes in with like the whole how they can like lift you, levitate you, and like paralyze you. Yeah, it's like something. Oh, with the gravity.
Stop it. Stop. No. We are at the end of this chapter. We are not doing this.
Oh God, that's for another day.
As this little venin's like, you're the one he wants. I just imagine their voice being so like creepy, like makes your skin feel scratchy, disgusting. Yes. Oh, like 100%. Again, okay, all of you are a broken record. Stop fucking talking.
The fact that she notes like he looked so young, but so did Jack, and I'm like, these poor innocent people, whether they chose this or not, are now venin, and like, oh, it's just terrible. But then I'm just like, yeah, at what point, I don't know, like, this is a cult that they're in, a really bad cult. But anyway,
especially with the robes.
A poorly dressed bad cult. No, you'll meet them all soon enough, he promises. But a green blur comes at us from the right, and we both look as Rhiannon jumps from Beard to Tairn, landing in front of my saddle. I'm like,
no. Nope.
What? Like, but Rhiannon, why? I mean, thank you, but why are you here? Do not put yourself in danger. You are stressing me out. Because I love you, and you cannot die today.
As Violet is stuck in her saddle, I was like, can't move.
Can't get my belt buckle undone.
Oh my goodness. This is so intense, and we hate to leave it at that very moment, but there is, we love the drama. It's fine. We only have one more episode of Iron Flame after this. Everything will be out before the release of Onyx Storm. Thank you for joining us in our deep dive. Honestly, just don't forget to like, subscribe, turn on post notifications. Please, please, please consider joining our Patreon and subscribing. That is the best way to support us and continue to make this very stressful content for you. But with that being said, we will see you guys in the very last episode of Iron Flame.
Bye!